Hi everyone. Welcome to my coming out Q&A. So if you guys didn't see my last Q&A, then you guys would miss that I announced, I guess, that I'm gay. That wasn't really much of a coming out video or anything like that. It was just me answering the question of a bunch of you guys asking me if I'm gay. And I am, as you can, I guess, tell. And I asked you guys in that video if you guys wanted me to do either a coming out Q&A or a coming out story. And the majority of you guys asked for a coming out story, but that video will be out soon in the future, so stay tuned for that. So here's the coming out Q&A. So I asked you guys to ask me some questions on my Saraha, and you did. So I have all the questions on my phone, and I'm gonna answer them, and you guys know the drill. So yeah, let's begin. What if your parents don't accept you? I guess we're starting off deep, huh? If your parents don't accept you, then I assume that they're not very good parents, now are they? My best advice is to gain a support group, whether it be friends, whether it be family, whatever, just a group of people who are there for you when you're feeling down, when you're feeling upset, that are there to pick you back up and make you feel happy again. Having those type of people are very helpful, especially when there are people who aren't supporting you, that aren't there for you, like your parents. So yeah, I would definitely advise that you gain a support group. Thoughts on long distance? Well, I'm currently in a long distance relationship, so I guess I like it. There are a lot of people who are against long distance relationships because they're just very pessimistic about it, really. In my opinion, there's nothing to be pessimistic about, I guess. As long as you trust your partner and you love them very much, then being far away from each other shouldn't make that much of a difference, you know? Like, why are you gonna sit there and assume that the love of your life is in your town or in your state compared to the entire world? Like, get out there, travel, talk to people online, whatever, and find your soulmate. Was it hard for you to come out? Yes and no. Yes, it was hard because it's always hard when you're like telling people something that you don't know how they're gonna react. You know, you don't want people to look at you differently, to act differently around you, all these things. So it was hard because it was scary, you know, you don't know what they're gonna say, what they're gonna act, and all that stuff. But eventually it got easier because once the coming out process started, then it kind of just continued on, I guess. I ended up reaching that point where I was just like, okay, fuck it, and I told everybody, and it just made things easier, I guess. So it's always hard at first for everybody, but eventually it gets easier and it gets better. Have you ever been with / experimented with a guy before? Yes, I have, and I'm still gay. How do you feel about gender roles and how do they affect you / not affect you growing up? Also, what should I do because I really want to go to Pride next year, but I'm not fully out to my close family and it's a bit awkward. Also, you're amazing. You're bomb at playing the drums. Love from England. Thank you. Gender roles, yes. They very much did affect me growing up. If you guys couldn't tell, I'm a tomboy and I grew up being a tomboy, you know? I always wore boys' clothes because, you know, I don't like anything tight and I just wanted to wear stuff that were loose. You know, all my friends were guys. I was never really close with any girls back then. I look like I have a hunchback, what the hell? Yeah, I just always wanted to be around the guys, I guess. Like, I was into sports, I was into cars, I was into all the things that girls weren't into, I guess. And, you know, people looked at me differently. People acted weird around me and all that. And also, the classic story about how I don't like wearing a dress. I've never liked wearing a dress or wearing a skirt. I always hated it. And all of the graduations I've ever gone through, I've had to wear a dress, including my high school graduation that happened a couple months ago. Each time, I just felt uncomfortable the entire time, and it sucks. It really does suck, and especially when like your friends aren't used to seeing you wear dresses, because then they like make fun of you and stuff like that, and I hate that feeling, and you just feel embarrassed, and you know, now you're embarrassed and uncomfortable, and everything just keeps getting worse, and I don't know, it sucks. So yeah, gender roles did indeed play a huge role on my life, so yeah. And about the Pride question, I think your best bet would be to just go to Pride with a friend and not tell your parents, especially if you don't want to like spark an awkward conversation. But if you don't want to lie to them and you want them to know where you are, then I say just telling them the truth that you're going to Pride. And you don't have to be gay to go to Pride. You can be straight, you can be an ally, and you can still go to Pride and have a great time. So yeah, just whichever way you want to go, I guess. When and how did you come out? And what is your earliest memory of being attracted to girls? This flag is getting really uncomfortable. I first ever came out to anybody in 6th grade to my best friend slash first ever crush. So 6th grade, yeah. And I did it through text. And my earliest memory of being attracted to girls would definitely be kindergarten. I was playing tag with all of my friends, and as I said earlier, all of my friends were boys, so it's like me and like 4 guys, and we're all playing tag during recess, and this girl comes up to us who's in my class, and she's really pretty, and she asked us if she could play tag with us, and we're like, yeah, sure, of course. And so we play tag with her, but the entire time I'm literally terrified of tagging her. Like, I'm literally scared to touch her for some reason, and I don't know why, and I'm just, oh my god. And then every time she would be it, I would let her tag me all the time. I don't know, I was just so intimidated by her, and I was just so scared almost, and I just thought that she was so pretty and all of these things, and I would get like sweaty every time she would talk to me and stuff, and I would never talk to her first, and oh man, it's a crazy time. What would you say was a downside to coming out, if any? A downside to coming out would have to be the assumptions being made about you and constantly having to explain yourself, all these things, because people just don't understand exactly, like I don't know, people just don't understand, and then they're too scared to ask questions, so they just assume, and you end up having to explain yourself every single time, and it sucks. If you could have come out in a different way, how would you have done it? Well, if you guys remember earlier when I said that I came out to my friend in 6th grade, back then in 6th grade, I was very, how do you say, stupid. They don't talk about sexuality in school. I had to just learn everything myself. So I was very uneducated on the topic. And basically, at the time, I was scared that my friend that I was going to come out to, I was scared that she was going to think I was disgusting if I told her that I was gay or that I was a lesbian or whatever. So I ended up telling her I was bisexual, which is a lie. I'm not bisexual. But I told her I was bisexual because at the time I associated bisexuality to mean 50% gay and 50% straight. Just a quick disclaimer, bisexuality is not 50% anything. Bisexuality is its own sexuality, and it's a valid sexuality. It's not 50% of anything. Please remember that. Me telling my best friend that I was bisexual and not gay because I thought that it would be easier to like ease into it or whatever, fucked everything up, basically. I ended up convincing myself in the process of convincing her that I was bisexual. And up until sophomore year, I was completely confused about my sexuality. You know, I started having boyfriends and all these things, and I was just confusing myself just as much as I was confusing other people. It was basically hell, I guess. So moral of the story, don't lie, be genuine. There you go. How can I come out to my teachers and family? To come out to your teachers and family, my advice is to bring them all together, sit them down, you know, make sure you're not doing it at a bad time or anything. Make sure that it's like an okay time to do it. Make sure you have a friend with you, someone who, you know, knows about your sexuality, and someone who is there to support you and does support you and stuff, just in case something bad happens, that they'll be there for you. And then be genuine. Don't be like me and lie. Tell them the truth, tell them exactly how you're feeling, tell them exactly how you are, and hope for the best, I guess. Yeah, so that's my advice. Do you feel like LGBT folks are accepted in your direct environment or not? I'm assuming you mean direct environment as in like where I live, so like my state and then like my family and stuff like that. Yes and no. I currently live in New Jersey, and New Jersey, you know, it's up north. It's usually a liberal state if you're not counting South Jersey. Usually there isn't many problems here, you know? It just usually depends who you associate yourself with and stuff like that. Here in New Jersey, there's still racism, there's still homophobia, there's still transphobia, there's still all of these things all over the state. But, you know, as I said, it just depends who you're with, I guess. Hello, I love and care about you very, very much and wonder if there was any conflict with your sexuality at school. Thanks, bye. Hello, I love and care about you very, very much too. Was there any conflict with my sexuality at school? Yes. Yes. I don't want to go on a tangent about this, but this could be an entirely separate video. But for those of you who don't know, from middle school up until my high school graduation, I went to a Catholic school. Now, this wasn't my choice, considering the fact that I don't consider myself to be religious at all, but, you know, my family is religious, so they put me into this Catholic school, you know, thinking that it'll be the best for me, and I had a lot of problems. When I first started in the school, I felt like an outcast, I felt like I didn't fit in, I felt like I had to just hide everything about me, and it was really hard. And yeah, especially during Obama's re-election, which I think happened in 8th grade. You know, everyone at my school were all, you know, Republicans and conservatives, and it was tough because, you know, me and my family were all Democratic and I guess pretty liberal, I guess. So we were gonna vote for Obama again, considering the fact that he hasn't really done anything too bad to us. And also around this time, he had just signed a bill that was pro-gay rights, and I don't remember exactly what bill it was, sadly, but I just remember it was a really important bill at the time. And it was right before his term at office was about to end, and it was like a big deal. And I just remember coming to school the next day, and everybody was talking about it, saying that it was the worst thing he could have ever done, and just bashing Obama completely. And they already didn't like Obama, but they were just, I don't know, it was so bad. And I just remember everybody talking about, you know, liberals as if they were bad people, and just being really negative about all of that stuff. And I didn't like it. I honestly felt like I didn't fit in whatsoever, and it sucked. And, you know, as I got older, you know, things started like changing a bit, and like I started making friends, and I started to feel more included, I guess. But there were still a ton of teachers that were completely against gay marriage completely, and it was hard because I kept having to hide who I was. Like, even like when I was a senior, my principal found out that I was gay because like some kids were talking about it, and she called me into her office and she spoke to me privately, basically telling me that like she supports me, like the principal of my religious high school supports me, but I should be careful and keep it a secret still, because there are a lot of teachers who will not support me, and there are a lot of students who also will not support me. And that's true, because at this point in time, you know, Trump had just got elected into presidency, and there were a lot of Trump supporters at my school, and there were a lot of Trump supporter teachers, I guess, and it's just, it wasn't good. I wasn't happy. I really wasn't. But, you know, now it's in the past. I've graduated, moving on in life, so I don't have to worry about that anymore. But at the time, there was a lot of conflict. Yes. And with that is the end of the video. So yeah, that's my coming out Q&A. Thank you to everyone who asked me those questions, and I'm gonna take this off now because it's uncomfortable. So thank you guys for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed, and please feel free to subscribe and get ready for my upcoming videos. And in case you guys haven't noticed, yes, I am now doing weekly videos every Saturday, 2 p.m. Eastern time. Be there or be square. But yeah, now I'm doing weekly videos. As you can tell, I'm back on my drum covers, so stay tuned for those coming out. And yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed, and stay tuned for future content. And yeah, bye.